The movie opens up as we see Esther trying to make a ghost think it could kill her as she tricks him. Catherine, their mom, happens to run the haunted hotel with her late brother, who's now a ghost. She assigns everyone to look for a comfortable room for their guest, as she went on to welcome him to the Undervale, but he finds the place fancy, as he sees a bleeding mirror. In every room was a ghost in there except for room 210, which comes with a monster, but Esther uses her black magic to drive it off. Just about to invite him to the room, Catherine realized he's a ghost that tries to kill her, but gets shot at the entrance. At the dinner, Catherine complains every time she feels good about something a ghost comes, ruining everything, as she desires a life without ghost in it. But Nathan claims every hotel has issues. Anyways, Abaddon is a demon who's stuck in a little boy's body from the 1700s, now living with them, which she's not comfortable with. Nathan tries to calm her as he encourages her to work with the ghost, but Catherine plans to invite a professional exorcist to drive out all ghosts, though Nathan claims it's insensitive because he's a ghost like the rest of them, but Catherine pins a point that the ghosts are frightening their guest, and she needs to act fast, but gives Nathan a chance to talk to them. Nathan assembles them, but Catherine takes over as she lays her own rules, insisting, in order for peace to reign between the dead and the living, there will be places they can haunt and can't haunt, but the ghost seems to hate the idea. On the other hand, Esther comes convincing Benjamin to flirt with a ghost girl so she can locate her body to get a diamond, which she was buried with near the hotel. Lying to Ben she likes him, triggering Ben to take the chance. In a way, Benjamin goes flirting with Annabelle as he tells her he got a compliment, but Annabelle wonders who. Before Benjamin got embarrassed as he trips on a shelf, Annabelle tries to pick up a book as they accidentally touch, creating a warm pleasure in their minds at the same time. Catherine made up her mind to invite the exorcist that since the hotel has a darkness the moment she steps in. Her name is Jesmeralda. Anyways, Abaddon and Esther goes to remind Ben the purpose is seducing her is to get her the location of her body and to get Abaddon her bones for some reasons, though Ben's starting to get comfortable with her. Madame Jesmeralda tells them the dark history behind the hotel, saying the place was an asylum, and before that was a jail place, claiming legend has it that the place holds one of the 6 gates to hell. As she proceeds to explain, ghost has power over demons and demons do have power over humans, but with the right magic, humans has control over ghosts. Before she used her black magic to terminate Ezekiel the ghost for good, but suggests she can banish them to the netherworld, although Nathan forbids this idea as he tries to sabotage their plans of getting rid of the ghost. Now it's Nathan's turn to disappear, but Catherine refuses, although Jesmeralda says is also a threat to humans, asking her to choose between order or chaos. In a way, Catherine goes to have a word with her brother, saying she's doing all this for him in order to keep his hotel running, but Nathan doesn't want to be trapped in a void and also ruining her life, as he makes up his mind to go for good. All of a sudden the room begins to shake as Catherine runs to check it out, but finds Jesmeralda summoning a demon out of a mirror. Meanwhile, Annabelle found out Ben wants to use her, but apologizes, saying they're soulmates, although Annabelle reveals he's a condult, like a channel that can speak to the dead and the living. Everyone got terrified, even the exorcist, as she wanted the demon to worship her. Catherine remembers her words that ghost has powers over demons. Benjamin reveals he's a condult. It turns out Esther knows some tricks as she puts the charm on Ben's neck, enabling their mom to commune with their uncle Nathan. Nathan bargains the rules with her, but she screams she really needs his help, forcing Nathan to come out with the rest, sending the demon back into the mirror and restoring balance in the room. Benj and Annabelle comes together while Catherine accepts leaving with Ghost in harmony. The scene shifts to the kids in the dining room doing their homework, where a ghost named Phoebe assists Esther with hers, but her mom finds it disturbing as she reminds Phoebe about the hatchet on her head, scaring her away. Meanwhile, Nathan keeps bugging her. He wants to be useful, but she doesn't have his time before the lights went off. In the meantime, they stick to using flashlights, informing her daughter her classmate will be coming over, but she prefers to hang out with Phoebe until Nathan talks about an unfinished business, explaining in details if a ghost achieved their wish, they'll move on for good before the engineer comes, telling her the problem isn't from the box, but from the forest water mill, although Nathan was all energized to get it done, asking her to handle Phoebe and Esther's problem. Catherine finds her as she tries to let her see Phoebe is a bad influence, teaching her how to cheat, though promised her mom she'll be careful, before she sees a light behind the walls and follows it, where she finds a bar meant for ghost. Meanwhile, Nathan takes Abaddon and Ben with him to go fix the forest water mill. Anyways, Catherine sees a guy that wished to own a penny disappear, giving her idea to know Phoebe better by giving her a Thanksgiving meal, which she once wished for. Though nothing happened, forcing Esther to expose her plans of finishing Phoebe's business, but all Esther wants was for her mom to only trust her for once, dragging Heather upstairs. Inside the house of the water mill, they found a diary owned by Josiah Bonkus talking about the infant beast he found in the forest, but Nathan wasn't interested as he suspected right that the problem is from the vines on the gears that happens to attack Benjamin, but Abaddon comes to his rescue, though gets chased by the beast from the book. In a way, Phoebe and Catherine gets to know each other better as Phoebe uses the chance to ask Catherine for her unfinished business, which she opens up, saying she wants to stop being afraid of heights. Hearing this, Phoebe takes her to the roof, tricking her on facing her fears as she locks the door. The handles pulls off as she falls but gets hold of something. Catherine had no other option but to scream Esther's name, which she answers, explaining this was all Phoebe's plan to kill her. Esther brilliantly takes some secretive painting, persuading her mom to fall into the painting, assuring it's safe, as she finds herself on the living room chair safe and sound. While being chased by the beasts, Josiah Bonkist comes to their rescue, driving off the beast with his other ghost friends. Though they wondered why he helped, but Josiah comes quoting one act of kindness deserves another, which they seemed confused but appreciates him before heading back. At last, Esther puts an end to Phoebe by helping her find her shawl her sister once borrowed, which seems to be her unfinished business all this while, sounding a warning to anyone that messes with her mom, before the boys walks in suggesting to put the hotel on the grid by calling the repairman. I'm guessing you enjoyed this movie. Well, don't forget to click the subscribe and like button for more on this channel. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.